Today is the 51st anniversary of the Stonewall riots. It's when trans women of color in New York took back the streets from policemen that were terrorizing and brutalizing them. This is an example of community care, and we want it to be known that Black trans lives matter. Black trans lives are a part of Black lives. You cannot exclude them. Join us. We're celebrating. Before it was a movement, it was a riot. It was for people standing up for their lives, taking back their autonomy and their agency. A lot of trans women, especially still now today, don't have voices where they can lean in and really be amplified and celebrated, and like their deaths go dismissed and they go pushed under the rug. We've seen that for, a month ago with Nina Pop. So Marsha P. Johnson is just one of the few who really trailblazed that path for so many of us to continue. And she's here with us today. I know it.
I think that the thing that we forget about Stonewall is that there were so many queer folk of color doing their thing during Stonewall, and so it wouldn't have happened without folk of color. And I think that we've historically had to choose between whether or not we're going to represent being queer, or this the body that we're in, or to hang with the folk that are of our same race, our ethnicity. And I think that the great thing about Black Lives Matter, the movement, is that it's almost like a continuation of that work that was started at Stonewall that allows more of our identity to show up. I think that's what's really great about it. So yeah, I guess that would be the similarity for me, is that just like, the work never stopped, we just stopped. And that Black Lives Matter is really trying to figure out how to like incorporate all the identities that had to be silenced historically in the work to be able to show up now.
Asheville police, we keep us safe. We keep us safe. We keep us safe.
LGBTQ community has taken multiple civil rights systems from the civil rights era back in 1960. We owe most of what's going on to the LGBTQ community, especially because of Stonewall. It was based on the foundation of trans lives, specifically people of color. And if we don't pay our due to them, then what are we doing?
All lives matter, but we have to put an emphasis on the Black thing right now because of law enforcement and the abusive of law enforcement powers. The abuses of, that it's supposed to be protection for the people because we pay the taxes for the police. We pay the police to protect and serve us, but they killing us. So, it doesn't really make sense, so especially in a very brutal way, it doesn't make sense at all.